dangerous combination of heavy lake-effect snow, powerful winds, and life-threatening temperatures has brought much of southern and midwestern Ontario to a standstill this weekend. Environment Canada has issued a series of orange blizzard warnings and yellow extreme cold alerts as a polar vortex-driven system settles over the region. The most severe conditions are currently centered along the eastern shores of Lake Huron and Georgian Bay. Residents in areas including Huron County, London, Western Middlesex, and Eastern Lambton are facing official blizzard warnings. Northwesterly gusts between 70 and 80 kilometers per hour are creating widespread blowing snow. While specific amounts vary, areas near Lake Huron are expecting between 15 to 20 centimeters of fresh powder by Sunday morning. Forecasters warn of near-zero visibility and whiteout conditions, particularly on exposed rural roads and highways. Beyond the snow, a brutal deep freeze has descended from the Arctic, with temperatures plummeting across the province from Windsor to Pembroke. Real field temperatures are hovering between minus 30 degrees Celsius and minus 35 degrees Celsius, posing an immediate risk of frostbite to exposed skin within minutes. The provincial capital is currently enduring its longest run of below-zero temperatures in a decade, marking 20 consecutive days of freezing weather as of February 7th. In response to the life-threatening cold, Toronto Mayor Olivia Chow announced that the city has activated 8 warming centers, including 3 surge sites that trigger when temperatures drop below minus 15 degrees Celsius. Outreach teams are working 24/7 to bring vulnerable residents indoors, and all public libraries and community centers remain open as refuge sites. Portions of the highway near London have faced closures due to drifting snow and multiple vehicle collisions. Authorities are urging motorists to check the Ontario 511 service for real-time road closures and to avoid all non-essential travel until conditions improve. Toronto Pearson International Airport has reported dozens of cancellations and delays as ground crews struggle to keep runways clear amidst the blowing snow. The bone-chilling cold is expected to persist through Sunday night before a slight reprieve on Monday. However, a secondary system may bring additional flurries to the Golden Horseshoe by the Monday evening commute, potentially complicating the post-storm cleanup. Residents are advised to keep emergency kits in their vehicles, ensure cell phones are fully charged, and limit time outdoors until the extreme cold warnings are lifted. A 44-year-old Ottawa man has died after a vehicle hit him while a tow truck driver was working to pull the man's minivan out of the snow. The collision happened a little before 1 a.m. Saturday on Highway 7, between Highway 511 and Glen Tay Road, west of Perth. A minivan had become stuck in a snowy ditch Friday night, and a tow truck had been working to pull it out, Ontario Provincial Police wrote in a news release. As the tow truck operator was working to remove the minivan, a car traveling eastbound hit the man who had been standing near his minivan. The man was taken to an Ottawa hospital, where he was later pronounced dead. The car also hit the tow truck, but not its driver, police said. None of the people in the car, nor the tow truck driver, were injured. Highway 7 is still closed as of 8:45 a.m. Saturday. A paramedic based in central Ontario is in critical condition following a collision involving an ambulance and a transport truck on Monday afternoon. Central Hastings OPP say that around 3 p.m., the vehicles collided at the intersection of Highway 7 and Highway 62 in the village of Maddock, about 75 kilometers east of Peterborough. The collision sent the transport into a ditch, resting against the Hastings Quint Paramedic Services vehicle. 2 paramedics were first transported to a local hospital. The paramedic driver was later airlifted to hospital in Kingston with life-threatening injuries, police said. The second paramedic was taken to hospital with undetermined injuries. The driver and a passenger in the transport were taken to hospital as a precaution. OPP on Tuesday morning said the section of highway remained closed for further cleanup and traffic signal repairs. The London region is under an orange blizzard alert, with conditions expected to deteriorate as winds gusting up to 80 kilometers an hour bring blowing snow and reduced visibility, Environment Canada says. The orange alert, which is uncommon, indicates severe weather that could lead to significant damage, disruption, or health impacts, according to the agency's website. The blizzard warning is for areas near Lake Huron and northwest of London, but the city will see significantly reduced visibility from local blowing snow, Environment Canada said. Strong northwesterly winds of up to 80 kilometers per hour will cause blowing snow and reduced visibility and zero visibility, the warning said. Between 15 and 20 centimeters of snow is possible by Saturday morning in areas hit by squalls. A separate cold warning from Environment Canada says wind chills of minus 30 degrees Celsius to minus 35 degrees Celsius are expected Friday night and into Saturday morning. Similar wind chills may occur in some locations Saturday night. A prolonged period of very cold wind chills is expected, Environment Canada says. Extreme cold puts everyone at risk. Risks are greater for young children, older adults, people with chronic illnesses, people working or exercising outdoors, and those without proper shelter. School buses were canceled Friday in Middlesex, Oxford, and Elgin counties because of snow and poor road conditions. West Region OPP are urging drivers to be prepared and stay alert for snow-covered, slippery roads that may also be icy. Officers are also asking motorists to slow down and adjust their driving to road and weather conditions. Turn your entire headlighting system on. Don't tailgate other drivers. Get to where you're going safely. OPP Sergeant Ed Sanchuk said in a video posted on social media shortly before 1 p.m. Friday. But more importantly, all that matters is that you get home safely to your families without becoming involved in a crash or having a police officer knocking on your door. London Hydro is also asking the public to stay safe and bundle up and avoid travel if possible. Our crews are ready and on standby to respond in case of any outages, London Hydro said in a post on social media. A low of minus 18 degrees Celsius, with a wind chill of minus 30 degrees Celsius, is expected Friday night in London. Flurries and winds gusting up to 50 kilometers per hour are forecast for Saturday, with a low of minus 15 degrees Celsius at night and wind chill of minus 27 degrees Celsius. A mix of sun and cloud and a high of minus 9 degrees Celsius and low of minus 15 degrees Celsius is expected Sunday. School purpose vehicles are cancelled for the day Friday in rural areas outside of London, Ontario, as the region braces for high winds and intense snow squalls. While bus routes inside London will start on schedule, students in Middlesex, Oxford, Elgin counties and the Red Zone, the area south of Highway 401, won't have transportation, according to mybagellobus.ca. Strong northwesterly winds will develop behind the low, which will lead to widespread blowing snow and significantly reduced visibility. Visibility may even be near zero for wind-prone and exposed areas. The OPP says over 500 vehicles have been stranded in blizzard conditions in Lambton County. Environment Canada issued an orange blizzard warning Friday. By 9:47 p.m., forecasters said the wind gusts were hitting 68 kilometers per hour. Strong northwesterly winds will continue tonight, which will lead to widespread blowing snow and significantly reduced visibility. Environment Canada says visibility may be near zero for wind-prone and exposed areas, particularly near the Lake Huron shore, and that is wreaking havoc with driving conditions. Highway 402 between Strathroy and Mandalman Road in Lambton is closed. Highway 21 from London Line all the way up the lakeshore is also closed according to www.511on.ca due to accidents and reduced visibility in the falling and blowing snow. At 3 a.m., according to www.511on.ca, there were only a handful of snowplows out on the roads, mainly in the Sarnia and St. Clair Township area, where the weather is not severe. Warming stations for stranded travelers have opened in the fire halls in the village of Warwick and in Watford. Social media photos show there are some people already at the Warwick site. OPP officers could still be found on the roads, looking for people in vehicles. But police say high winds mixed with snow are causing whiteouts, snow drifts, and terrible driving conditions. The OPP urged people to stay off the roads unless absolutely necessary. Blowing snow and whiteout conditions have forced the closure of Highway 402 between Sarnia and London. West Region OPP are reporting snowdrifts and terrible driving conditions and are advising motorists to stay off the road unless absolutely necessary. Police said Highway 402 is closed in both directions between Sarnia and Highway 401 in London. Highway 21 is also closed in both directions between Dashwood Road in Grand Bend and Highway 402 in Forest. OPP Sergeant Ed Sanchuk said police responded to over 300 calls beginning at around 6 p.m. Friday evening into Saturday morning. In an email to Sarnia News Today, Lambton OPP Constable Tyler Campbell confirmed several vehicles are stranded across county. However, he did not have an exact number. He said Lambton OPP are currently responding to over 150 calls for service. We are urging the motoring public to stay off the roadways at this time to allow for the roads department and emergency services to get things cleaned up, said Campbell. Constable Campbell said warming shelters have been set up at the Petrolia Arena, Watford Arena, the Kamlaki Community Center, and the Wyoming Fairgrounds to assist stranded motorists. An orange blizzard warning was still posted for North and East Lambton early Saturday morning. That was downgraded to a yellow snow squall warning just before 9 a.m. Saturday. Environment Canada said additional snowfall amounts near 10 centimeters is possible. The National Weather Agency said the gusty northwest winds will ease Saturday morning, leading to an improvement in visibility. However, lake-effect snow and local blowing snow will continue into the afternoon, especially for areas close to Lake Huron. Nature has once again proven its prowess as a master architect. Over the past 48 hours, a massive winter weather system has descended upon the Great Lakes region, burying the Niagara frontier under a thick blanket of pristine white powder and turning the world's most famous waterfall into a breathtaking winter wonderland. As of today, the Niagara region is witnessing one of the most visually stunning snow events in recent years. While the heavy snowfall has brought logistical challenges to the twin cities of Niagara Falls, Ontario, and Niagara Falls, New York, it has also attracted thousands of cold weather chasers, eager to witness the falls in their most majestic, frozen state. The scene at the brink of the Horseshoe Falls is nothing short of ethereal. The constant roar of the water, roughly 600,000 gallons per second, is now accompanied by the rhythmic creaking of massive ice formations. The frozen mist, a phenomenon unique to Niagara in winter, has coated every tree, lamppost, and railing in a layer of translucent ice known as rime ice. It looks like a scene straight out of Narnia, says Elena Rodriguez, a tourist who traveled from Florida to witness the event. The snow isn't just on the ground, it's hanging from the cliffs in giant pillows. Every time the wind blows the mist, it feels like the air itself is turning into diamonds. Meteorologists explain that the current conditions are the result of a polar vortex splintering, sending frigid Arctic air directly over the relatively warmer waters of Lake Erie. This temperature contrast creates lake-effect snow, a phenomenon that can dump several inches of snow per hour. Despite the visual appearance of being frozen solid, Niagara Falls never actually stops flowing. The sheer volume of water and the incredible force of the current prevent total solidification. However, several fascinating structures have formed. Below the falls, the river surface has solidified into a massive ice bridge. In the 19th century, tourists used to walk and even set up shops on this bridge, a practice now strictly forbidden due to safety concerns. On the American side, the smaller Bridal Veil and American Falls appear almost completely encased in ice. The lower water volume here allows the ice to build up from the bottom, creating massive mounds that can reach heights of 50 feet. Giant icicles, some the size of small cars, hang from the rocky escarpment, formed by the slow freezing of groundwater seeping through the limestone layers. While the scenery is a dream for photographers, the Niagara Parks Commission has issued several advisories. Local authorities are working around the clock to keep primary viewing areas safe. Many of the lower observation decks, such as the Journey Behind the Falls, are partially restricted. The mist freezes instantly on walkways, creating black ice that is nearly invisible to the naked eye. The Niagara Parkway is currently under a yellow alert. Snowplow crews are prioritizing the route between the Rainbow Bridge and the Table Rock Center. Motorists are advised to use the Ontario 511 tracker for real-time road conditions. Despite the cold, local hotels with Falls View rooms have reported a surge in bookings. People want to see this from their windows, says a manager at the Marriott Falls View. There is a serene quietness to the falls when it snows that you just don't get in the summer. As night falls, the experience becomes even more surreal. The Niagara Falls Illumination Board has adjusted its nightly light show to account for the snow. The high-powered LED lights reflect off the falling snowflakes and the crystalline ice structures, creating a kaleidoscope of colors that dance across the frozen mist. The Winter Festival of Lights continues to glow, with millions of lights throughout the parkways providing a warm contrast to the icy surroundings. Emergency services have reminded the public to stay within designated viewing areas. The beauty is tempting, but the ice is treacherous, warned a spokesperson for the Niagara Falls Fire Department. Temperatures are currently hovering at -15 degrees Celsius, but the wind chill near the water can drop it significantly lower. Never climb over railings for a photo. The ground near the edge is often undermined by ice and can be unstable. Weather patterns suggest that this deep freeze will last through midweek before a slight warming trend begins on Thursday. For those who can brave the cold, this weekend represents a rare window to see the power of nature dressed in its finest winter whites. Niagara Falls remains a testament to the changing seasons, a place where the violent power of rushing water meets the silent, chilling beauty of an Arctic winter.